Good morning, everyone. I'm going to give you a real life look at our garden. Got to go through usually on Tuesdays, and we do a pre-harvest report. We do some online garden produce sales through our website and through a local farmer's market. We love the online setup. It works very well. Puts all your products out there in front of the customer. The only thing better than online would be off farm. A lot of people come to the farm and buy, but several people don't. But anyway, you're going to get a non-doctored up view of what the farm looks like this time of year. You're going to see weeds. You're going to see transition areas that are being transitioned from crops to crops. And you're going to see some fresh plantings. You're going to see some of the weeds that are already popping up in the fresh plantings. We have a very high weed pressure here, so this weekend we get to start pulling weeds again in our new plantings. But we'll show you what we got going on. We'll look at some of the harvest that Lord's will we'll have going on here shortly. So let's get started. Right here was some bean and corn and some cabbage that has spent its time. Here is a plot that has got away from us. Couldn't get in there and till it because it was so close. We just got busy planting and let it get gone, so we're working on cleaning that up right now. Picking the final beans out of there and cleaning up and straightening up, and we'll either make the decision to mow it down and till it over or to salvage. There's some tomatoes in there that are actually still doing quite well. Tomatoes are relentless sometimes. This was some early spring and late spring crops and a few other things that we just recently tilled over. And you can see we've already got some weeds coming up. But we have planted some pretty high density plantings of radishes and beets and lettuce and carrots down through here. A lot of the stuff, little carrots, will be primarily overwintered here for fall and, well, for late fall and for winter crops. But we've got some sparkler top radishes that are starting to come up. I see a couple down there. Actually, there's a couple more. And baby butter crunch lettuce. Pretty big section of that. Our customers really love that, and we do too. It's kind of your own personal salad. We've got some Danvers carrots mixed in between the baby butter crunch. There's carrots in between. It'll be one roll baby butter crunch and one roll carrots. That way when we pull the baby butter crunch out, the carrots will still be able to continue to grow. We've got some golden beets. And I have a deer track right there. Oh, and we have Danvers in between the golden beets also. We got some iceberg lettuce with Nif carrots sowed on every other row. And Amarillo carrots. Those are awesome carrots. Awesome carrots. Got Amarillo carrots sowed here, very high density on them. We got some Parisian carrots planted. And those are actually, if you don't know what them are, those are a round, small carrot. Very small, so I don't have anything planted in between them. It's just a whole bed of those. Oxheart carrots. If you're not familiar with oxhearts are great in heavy clay soils, and while we have amended this, it's still a lot of clay. So Oxheart carrots will bust up the soil and the clay and grow anyway. And in between, let's see, actually there may not be nothing in between there. And then here we have lettuce mix, and got beets planted in between the lettuce mix. We have lettuce mix here also. Oh, what we got? Oh, jewel tone beets. Got jewel tone beets planted in between each rows of the mixed lettuce. And this is the Uzbek Golden. That is just a beautiful, beautiful carrot. They taste great too, grow well. We're experimenting, seeing how well they'll do down here in this heavier clay soil. Can't read that tag. But this is planted completely out with beets and carrots all the way to the end. We labeled the first ones because we want to track how each variety does down here, but we did not label the last ones because we really just, it didn't matter at this point. We was repeating the varieties, so we left them alone. Let's take a cut through the squash. This is our pumpkin bed that needs to be weeded badly. That'll be a job for this weekend. It's got to go. Here, we just planted some peas and beans. I forget, maybe that's a tenderette bean she's got planted in the middle. Anyway, it's a bush bean, whatever it is. So they're planted right up the middle, and then we've got peas up the edges, and they'll go up our trellis system. This trellis it don't have to handle a lot of weight because it's peas, so it's just on tomato stakes that we had left over. If it's something heavy, we would use a T-post, but tomato stakes that we had left over, and just cattle panels. There's 2 cattle panels on this side and 1 on this side. We will be adding 3 cattle panels, 2 more on this side and 1 on this side this weekend, hopefully, and getting some more beans and peas in the ground so that can just continue to feed us and our customers through the fall and winter is what we're trying to do. Here is our lake corn, and it has beans in it also. See, we got a little ear developing right there. Got a ways to go, but like I said, this is our late corn. We're finishing up the harvest on our other corns. We grow popcorn and some dent corn. We had some glass gem corn this year and some strawberry popcorn. This I'm drawing a blank. Can't remember now what we planted there. Anyway, it's a sweet corn. I just don't remember the variety. Currently have a couple of empty chicken coops. We'll be moving a couple of breeds down here. We got 3 empty ones actually. We're cutting back on chicken breeding because we're focusing more on the farming side and the propagation side. We do a lot of plant propagation, pepper plants, tomato plants, elderberry trees or bushes, whatever you want to call them. Figs, apples. We're moving into peaches and pears. We do a lot of strawberries. So those guys are sitting empty right now. There's our 2 cherry trees on the property, if you can see them right there. Got some apple trees here we fight with the deer over. Right there, this hillside is going to be our vineyard. This weekend or next weekend, hopefully we get the first trellis up. Be a small vineyard. It's primarily for us, and then we'll sell excess to at the farmer's market and off the farm. Here's our cabbage. This was cantaloupes. We pulled all the vines except for like 2 because they looked pretty good, but looking at them now after about a week, those vines don't look very well either, so there'll probably be no vines left here. But we have cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, maybe collards in here. So, and we'll do a succession planting on these again in about 4 weeks. Collards especially can handle the cold weather, but brassicas can, period. We have a few watermelons still going. Watermelon season for us is coming to an end. This will probably be our next spot to plant our brassicas as we clear these out. We're taking, as you can see, taking the weeds and everything down as we go. We'll come in here and mow this down, and we'll clean up on top of the landscape fabric and work from there. Guess I could. This row, half of it anyway, this is the row I was showing you the peas and the beans on the other end. I'll come in here this weekend and till this again. But probably 2/3 of this row will be our garlic. So that's what this is reserved for. So this will be our garlic. And here's our peppers. Well, here's a small percentage of our peppers. This is actually probably not even 1/10 of our peppers. But I'll go through and do a few little highlights for you. This is our pumpkin spice jalapenos. I don't think I got any completely ripe ones on here, but the beauty of them is you can pick them green and eat them. But I don't know if y'all can get in there and see that. Plant's loaded, and I picked, I think, 8 pints of jalapenos off of these plants right here last week. And we had just picked, I've got brown jalapenos and Gato jalapenos and pumpkin spice and red spice or red jalapenos. And we also have the black Hungarian. They're not here in this garden though. I don't know, and some more. Early jalapenos, regular jalapenos. But we had just picked a half a bushel that we made cowboy candy out of. And so then we picked another, like I said, around 8 or 9, 10 pints last week for market. There's a beautiful example of the orange jalapeno coming in there. If we can get it without all the sun glare on it. How beautiful that is. Just beautiful. This is a good example of our weed pressure. I'm going to go ahead while I'm here. Get my knife out. Nope, didn't put my knife in my pocket. Let's slow that weed down. These are the brown jalapenos. Not sure how I feel about them yet, but I tell you what, they're big. The Degatos are delicious, but they have failed to be hot yet. I got some ripe ones there. Didn't have much heat. Had the jalapeno flavor, no heat. Got some weeds here that's going to be pulled this week. That grass grows up fast when there's nothing in the hole. We have decided that we'll not do tomatoes down here again. This is 3 years. We can do tomatoes on the front side, and they do well. But this is 3 years on this side of the lower field that they don't do well. So we're going to focus the tomatoes in the spots on the farm that they work better. So that's what we're doing. Look at how pretty. That should be a Sugar Rush pepper. Probably a peach. Could be a red. Looks like a peach though. Some of these Sugar Rush peaches get huge. Huge. I probably picked yeah, about 8 pints of Sugar Rush peach last week, and that was the good ones. I had some with some tip damage from laying on the fabric, or from maybe a little bit of, I hate to call it blossom end rot because they were fully mature peppers. So cut them up and made a Sugar Rush hot sauce out of them, which is absolutely delicious. This is a cross we're working on. I hope you can see how prolific these plants are. Absolutely stunning. And the pepper has got a good medium heat. Okay. Here should be a Saco de Velho. Got several of those to harvest this week. That's a nice hot pepper. Super hot. And this is a Trinidad Congo. Harvested a handful of those last week. They're starting to come in. Here we have our Trinidad Moruga our Apocalypse Scorpion. What we got here? We finally got our first Datills ripening of the year. Exciting. We eat a lot of Datills. Some more Saco de Velhos. Yellow 7 pots is what we got here. As you see, we don't have anything ripening, but we got a lot of pods. So that's Good enough for me. Not sure what we got here. It's a big old plant. See a marker on that one. But beautiful red peppers. So anyway, that's a small tour this morning. Not even nearly a chunk, but walk you over here and show you the zinnias before we let you go. How pretty they are. Butterflies love them. We plant them both for their beauty and their ability to attract pollinators. These are very nice. My wife and kids love the, whatever they are, the doubles. I happen to think the Purple Prince is prettier, but I get voted out. This is the Purple Prince. I think they are stunning. Well, anyway, I'll leave you with that. Hope you enjoyed. God bless you and have a wonderful day.